All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. Want to send a special thanks to my man, Billy Clutch. Came through with the super thanks, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your generosity. You said that you get something out of this channel. It means more to me than anything else. So I really appreciate it. Can't thank you enough for it. So in this video here, kind of an interesting one. I try to do things either I don't hear people talk about or rarely hear anybody talk about. And in the history of the NBA, I looked at when a player, top 75, it's actually ended up being almost my top 25. How did they do over a 3-year period when they averaged 60 wins or more? Did they win a championship? Because you almost certainly should win a championship. In my mind, you should win a championship. 60 or more in 3 years, you average that, you should win. At least one championship. That's just the way I see it. And of course, it doesn't apply to everybody. So, for example, getting right into it, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Elgin Baylor, George Mikan, David Robinson, Bob Pettit, Kevin Garnett, Jerry West, Akeem Olajuwon. I could include Charles Barkley, Isaiah Thomas. Those players, Elvin Hayes, did not apply to them. They never averaged 60 wins over a 3-year period. Those guys, so they're an NA, not available. And that's fine. So the rest of my top 25, I'll start over to the right. So in no particular order, Kevin Durant, twice he was in that situation. So from 2016 to 2018, his team averaged exactly 60 wins over those 3 years. He won 2 championships out of 3 years. So that's great. I know that was a super team, clearly by far the best team in the league, but going by this criteria, he did win 2 out of 3. The next one was 2017 through 2019. His team averaged 60.67 wins. And again, won 2 championships. And I know in 2019 he was injured and all that. And, they may have three-peated. We'll never know. But he did win 2 championships either way. All right. Steph Curry. 4 times he was in the situation. And all 4 times he won at least 4 championships. 2014 to 2016, the Golden State won 63.67 wins. They won 1 of the 3. 2015 to 2017, they averaged 69 wins. That's a lot. And they won 2 out of 3 championships. 2016 to 2018, they averaged 66 wins. Again, 2 championships. 2017 to 2019, his team averaged 60.67 wins, 2 championships there as well. So Curry did good. He won at least 2 championships in every 3-year period that he won 60 or more. That's excellent. The next player is Moses Malone and Dr. J, because it applies to both of them. They only ever had one stretch, and that was 1981 to 1983, where they averaged 61.67 wins, and they got 1 out of 3 championships. And actually, no, Moses was on Houston, so it only applies to Dr. J. Moses was not in that situation. Nope. Moses was on Houston, where they won 40 games in 1981. Nope, Moses definitely is not in there. He never averaged 60 for a 3-year period, so he's out of that mix. But Dr. J is. He got 1 championship. That was in 1983. Okay, Shaq and Kobe both. Shaq and Kobe each. Only the one time, and that was between 2000 and 2002, and they actually won all 3. They averaged 60.33 wins, and they three-peated. All right, next guy, Tim Duncan. Now, Duncan is an interesting case because he actually had 4 times. 2005 through 07, his team averaged 60 wins per year over that 3-year stretch. They won 2 championships. In 2012 to 2014, because 2012 was a strike-shortened year, I had to go by win percentage and then figure out what he was on pace. So figuring that out, between the 3 years, he would have averaged 60.7 wins, and he got the one championship in 2014. And then from 2014 to 2016, his team averaged 61.33 wins, got one championship also in 2014. But he does have one from 2011 to 2013. His team averaged 60.4 wins, but did not win the championship. But there is an asterisk by it. The asterisk means that in 2012, he did not win 60 games, merely that his team was on pace to. Now, it's not the same thing, and it's almost kind of a separate thing, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. The next player in line is Wilt Chamberlain, pretty straightforward. Wilt only twice, from 66 to 68. His team, I had to go by win percentage because they only played 81 games. 761 win percentage, which was the equivalent of like about 62 and a half games, won one championship. From 67 to 69, the win percentage was .755. That would have ended up being about 61 and a half, 62 games, won one championship. All right, so Larry Bird, 7 times he went through this. 1980 to 82, 81 to 83, 82 to 84, 83 to 85, 84 to 86, 85 to 87, and 86 to 88. His team averaged between 60 and 64 wins, and they won at least one championship. And actually, between 84 and 86, they won 2. Every other time, they won at least 1. So that's excellent. And that just goes to show, when you have a good enough team, a good team like that, that, you know, eventually you break through. You're not going to just squander 3 straight opportunities like that. Like I said, Duncan did have one. However, it is an asterisk because he didn't actually win 60 games in 2012. We're assuming that because he was on pace to, but it's not exactly the same thing. All right, the next player is Kareem. Now, Kareem has 5 situations. 1970 to 72, got one championship. 71 to 73, won a championship. 85 to 87, he won 2 championships. 86 to 88, won 2 championships. And 87 to 89, won 2 championships. However, he's got one of those years from 1972 to 74, along with Oscar Robertson, that they averaged 60.67 wins over these 3 years and did not win the championship. So that's one of those rare cases where they did not win the championship when averaging over 60 wins over a 3-year period. All right, the next player is, I covered Kobe. Oscar actually had 2. One of them was the 71 to 73 3-year run where they won the championship in 71, so he's safe there. But 72 to 74, he's part of that. They averaged over 60 wins for 3 straight seasons, no chance. So Oscar is part of that. Okay, the next player is Magic. Magic had four times. That was 85 to 87, 86 to 88, 87 through 89, and 88 through 90 that his team averaged 60 or more wins. He won 2 championships in all of them except for 88 to 90, only 1. But still, all 4 times, check mark, he's good. Bill Russell, 7 times this guy had that situation. And I wanted to run through all of them because it was basically from 1959 through 1967, that whole time frame. Every time they won 3 championships except for the last one from 65 to 67, he won 2. But still, Bill Russell did not falter like that at all. Michael Jordan, 5 times. From 90 to 92, his team averaged 61 wins. He won 2 out of 3 championships. 91 to 93, the first three-peat, 61.67 wins. Obviously won all 3. I didn't count short years. It just didn't seem fair. Like I didn't do it to Larry Bird. I didn't do it to a lot of people. But anyway, even if you did do a short year, Jordan would have had 93, 95, and 96. He won 2 championships in that span, even if you did do that. So, yeah, 92, 93, 96. won 3 championships. 93, 96, 97, 3 championships. 96, 97, 98, 3 championships. So, Jordan won, like Russell, if not winning all 3, one time won 2 out of 3. All right. So I've covered basically all the top 25. Like I said, there's 8 or 9 guys over here that didn't have that situation happen to them. Okay, so let's get into some players that it did. Karl Malone from 1996 to 1998, the Utah Jazz and John Stockton averaged 60 wins over those 3 years. They won no championships. 1997 to 1999, 60.33 wins, no championships. But this one has an asterisk because that's the 99 season. We don't know for sure that they would have won 60 games, especially 99 when they only played 50. We're assuming it, but we don't know it for sure. So that one comes with an asterisk. Okay, it did happen, but it's an asterisk nonetheless. All right, LeBron James from 2009 through 2011, his team averaged 61.67 wins. Okay, no championships in those 3 years for LeBron. 2011 through 2013, again, 2012 comes with an asterisk. His team averaged 60.5 wins. They won 2 out of 3 championships. Either way, even if we, count 2012, like take 2012 out or whatever, he's still going to have at least one championship in there, no matter what. But that's the only 2 clips that LeBron ever won an average of 60 wins over a 3-year period, and one of them, he did not win the championship. That's bad, because it just hasn't happened that much. The only other times it's happened in NBA history, because I looked at everything, the Dallas Mavericks from 2005 to 2007 averaged 61.67 wins, no championships. And there's no strike-shortened year or nothing like that. Boston in the mid-70s, I just want to throw it in because this is the only other time it even happened. So that'd be like John Havlicek, Dave Cowens, a couple top 75 players. From 72 to 74, they averaged 60 wins, but they did win a championship. From 73 to 75, they averaged 61.33 wins. They did win a championship. So in the entire history of the NBA, it's happened a bunch of times. I mean, you have to add all these up. I mean, you're talking, probably 40, 50 times it's happened. But only 7 times did the team not win a championship over a 3-year period. Dirk Nowitzki from 05 to 07, Dallas. Duncan, 2011 to 2013. However, that was in a strike-shortened year of 2012. And if that if that plays out and he didn't win 60 games, which could have happened, then the asterisk, then that one there doesn't mean anything. LeBron, 09 to 011, didn't win it. Oscar and Kareem, 72 to 74, didn't win it. And Karl Malone from 96 to 98, didn't win it. Okay, so that means it's only happened Dirk, Duncan, LeBron, Oscar, Karl Malone twice. That's it. So 6 times in the history of the NBA did a team, or a player rather, win 60 games over the course of 3 seasons, average 60 wins over the course of 3 seasons, and not win a championship at least once. 6 times. Now, Karl Malone in 96 to 98 flat out just did not win it. Played the Bulls twice. 96 lost to Seattle in 7 games. Either way, he's part of that group, no matter what. Oscar and Kareem from 72 to 74. They're part of that group. No asterisk, no nothing. That's 2. LeBron James from 09 to 011. He's got to own that. That's 3. And then Dirk Nowitzki from 05 to 07. That's 4 times that the team averaged 60 or more wins and did not win a championship. Now, there is a couple other times, which was Malone 97 to 99 and Duncan 2011 to 2013, that you put an asterisk by it because they were on pace to, but they didn't actually win 60 games. So to me, I wouldn't include it, but I just felt compelled to throw him in there to show, anytime, even like in the strike shortened years, whatever. So it's only happened 4 times. But as far as the history of the NBA, it's happened a lot. I mean, Karl Malone's got 2. Oscar Robertson has 2 for 4. LeBron has 2 is 6. Duncan has, actually 5, or 4, let's not count the asterisks. 4, Dirk Nowitzki once is 5, Boston did twice is 7, 12, 19, 23, 24, that'll be the same as Shaq's. Oscar is there. One of those over there, that's 28, 35, 37, 40, 41. They share 2 of these. So 45 times it's happened in the history of the NBA. 45 times that a player has won 60 games average over a 3-year period. 45 times. Only 4 did not win a championship. And that would be Karl Malone from 96 to 98, Oscar and Kareem from 72 to 74, LeBron James from 2009 to 2011, and Dirk Nowitzki from 2005 to 2007. That's it. That's the only times it's ever happened in NBA history. To me, incredible. Another thing LeBron can throw on his resume. Now you can if you want to ride the asterisks and you want to give one to Duncan, you can do that. Like I said, it's kind of an eye of the beholder on that, because he was on pace to win 60 or win percentage of the equivalent of 60 games. Sure, no problem. You can do the same thing Karl Malone and say, hey, he did it twice. Okay, fair enough. But actually winning 60 games, it's been done 45 times, and only 4 failed to win at least one championship out of all that. And that was Malone, Oscar, Kareem, LeBron, Dirk Nowitzki. That's it. That's the list. I mean, I think that's just incredible. Do you think this is ever going to get brought up on Fox Sports? You think it'll ever get brought up on ESPN? Do you think Brian Windhorst is ever going to mention it? Or Kendrick Perkins or Colin Cowherd or Chris Broussard? No. They're trying to build a case for this guy to be the GOAT. They'll go to lengths that you haven't seen. It's like they're trying to one-up each other. Who can come up with the most outlandish, ridiculous take that the sheep will just eat up and say, yeah, man, that's right. And they don't even know what they're talking about. No context, will not tell the full story, omit facts, and no pushback from the other side. There's never anybody sitting there and saying, whoa. The only time I really ever saw it was Rick Bucher one time push back on Nick Wright, and that was the only time. Basically saying LeBron is nowhere near the GOAT. He said you can put Michael Jordan number 1, Bill Russell number 2, and anybody else you want after that. And he said, personally, I have Kareem 3rd. So that's like the only time I've ever heard anybody push back on Nick Wright. And Nick Wright didn't say a word. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you found it interesting. I sure did. I find this stuff so interesting. I never hear anybody say, over a 3-year period, you should win at least one championship, right? If you're an all-time great. Now, Dirk Nowitzki redeemed himself. He had a bad stretch here from 05 to 07. He's got the 3 years average of 60 or more with no championship. He had the 2-0 lead in 06 in the finals and lost. That's bad. And the worst upset in NBA history in 2007, a 67-win team getting beat by a 42-win Golden State team in the first round. He has to own all that. It's bad. He did so good in the regular season and then just fell flat in the playoffs. So he's got to own that. Now, 2011, he did redeem himself coming back from 2-1. But did he redeem himself all the way? I don't have Dirk in the top 25. Some do, but for me, this stuff was just too much. He overachieved in the regular season. I agree with that. He did. Won a lot of games and all that, upset San Antonio once. But it's just not enough for me. You know what I mean? It just isn't to put him in the top 25. So anyway, that's all I got. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. It really helped me out. Thanks for watching, and until next time.